Hi, I'm Katie Yates, and my previous co-host Joe actually left the show to pursue his dream in Hollywood to star in a Matt Damon film. But we actually have a new co-host, Austin.
Actually, it's Austin Danger Reigsager.
Oh, that's an interesting name. Could I see your license?
What are you, a cop?
Actually, this one time I put
Nobody cares. Today on Wazzu on Film, we will be reviewing The Walk and Pan.
So stay tuned. Check out the trailer for The Walk.
People ask me, why do you risk death? For me, this is life.
Welcome to New York. Anything to declare?
I'm going to hang a high wire between the two towers of the World Trade Center and work on it.
Good luck.
No matter where I was going or what I was doing, I was always searching, looking for the perfect place to hang my wire.
Whoa.
I need you to help me pull this off.
I got just the guys.
Now it starts.
Come on, make it snappy. I'm in a red zone.
I'll figure out how to get the wire across. I think we should wait.
No!
This is extremely illegal, not to mention dangerous.
My head is full of doubts. But when it's time to step on the wire, I don't know if I'll be able to take my first step.
Your heart will tell you what to do.
The man is obviously crazy. Are we just here to watch him die?
This isn't a game, Philippe. One mistake out there, and you're going to die.
The Walk is based on a true story that takes place in 1974. And it's about a high wire artist, Philippe, who's played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And he has this dream to walk the Trade Center towers. And he actually starts off in France, and he sees this newspaper with the Trade Center towers. And from there, his dream develops, and he meets his love interest, Annie, played by Charlotte Le Bon. And throughout the film, you are just watching Philippe want to accomplish his dream.
Yeah, and he puts together a team of people, kind of like an ocean. It kind of had an Ocean vibe at times of him trying to assemble this team to pull off this artistic masterpiece.
Definitely, and they really did a good job of showing the different personalities. And I don't know about you, Austin, but I thought Philippe he was a jerk.
He was kind of an ass.
Better well said. Yes, he was. He was super conceited. He didn't consider his crew at all, and they were definitely a big help. I mean, the couple times he did thank them, it was just like, oh, forced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I thought that it was really funny how they portrayed the Americans. They just seemed really lazy, you know?
Yeah, like they couldn't be bothered to double check some guys who were bringing up some equipment to the top of the World Trade Center.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, it's past my paycheck. I don't want to do anything else with that.
Exactly.
And I thought it was funny about that, but also I think it kind of correlates with like the French being like rude. But I mean, there's a few stereotypes, but
yeah, I mean, you got to play to the stereotypes every now and then.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought that they did a really good job covering the language transition and the accents from the time that I actually questioned, why is Philippe all of a sudden talking in English when he's in France? And right when I thought that, Annie she asked that, and bam, there, it was covered. I thought that was pretty good. Definitely.
One thing about the narration in this movie, I mean, it starts off with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character narrating from the top of the Statue of Liberty, the torch with the World Trade Centers in the background. And it starts off, he's narrating, kind of explaining how he got his start, but the narration just kept through the movie, and they kept cutting to him on top of the Statue of Liberty, and at times it just kept taking me out of the movie in some of the more intense scenes.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought it was a little unnecessary and should have kept to the beginning and end for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I thought that, obviously, when you think of World Trade Center towers, you think of 9/11, but they did a really good job of implying it very respectfully. They didn't take advantage of the fact that they could have made it seem like the film is about that and got a lot of money, but it was definitely respectfully handled.
Yeah, they never directly mention it, but the emotion that is conveyed about it is really sold through Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like emotion and his facial expression. So they give it its just dues.
Yeah, and cinematography, it was great. And at times, I was just so anxious because of the whole height, and I felt like I was looking down. And so cinematography, the whole feeling of it all was so real.
I agree with you. It was fantastic. I've actually heard stories of people in the theater getting sick and vomiting.
Yeah, I cannot imagine watching that in 3D. That would be crazy.
Oh, that would be horrifying.
Yeah, but I mean, I would give it a 4 out of 5 Coug paws.
I would give it a 3 out of 5 Coug paws, but I still think it was a good movie, and I would still recommend it to people.
Yeah, I would agree.
However, I would not recommend it to people who have a fear of heights. Definitely avoid
not,
this
definitely
movie.
not. So next we'll be watching the trailer for Pan.
Stay tuned.
I'm going to tell you a story about a boy who would never grow up. About the pirate who wished to catch him. About the island where fairies roamed. But this isn't the story you've heard before. Because sometimes, friends begin as enemies, and enemies begin as friends. Sometimes, to truly understand how things end, we must first know how they begin.
Welcome to Neverland!
Are you brave, Peter?
I try to be.
We have an ancient prophecy from when the fairy kingdoms reigned on this island. The prophecy tells of a boy who would lead an uprising against me. A boy who could fly.
I'll be darned.
Hurry! You have to get us off this island.
If that boy makes it to the natives, all will be lost.
We've been waiting for you, Peter. Blackbeard won't stop searching. There's only one place he wouldn't dare look.
So pirates are afraid of Mermaid Lagoon?
Because of crocodiles. Afraid?
Holy pudding!
It was written, when you return, you'd unite our people against the pirates.
Mind if I cut in?
What if I failed to fulfill the prophecy? And what if you failed to try?
If you don't believe Peter, then neither will they.
You can't stay a kid forever, even in Neverland.
Wakey, wakey!
They'll kneel.
I will never bow to you. Do you know how to work a ship?
How hard can it be? This is a lot harder than it looks! We're sailing now!
Now let's check out Tony on the streets while he asks fellow Cougs what they would do if they were in Neverland.
What would you see yourself doing in Neverland?
Probably swimming with the mermaids. They're pretty hot.
Yeah.
Vaping.
Vaping. Wow, there you go. Who would you be vaping with?
Captain Hook.
There you go. R.
Definitely hanging out with the Lost Boys. Creating more trouble.
I would be a fairy, and I would be flying, and I probably wouldn't be showing my dust because that stuff is expensive.
But you don't want to share. Everyone wants to fly.
They have to. I mean, ask nicely, like I would, but I would definitely be one of the fairies, and I'd be flying.
Right now I'd probably take a really long nap, maybe hang out on the beach, fly around a bit.
Thanks, Tony. Pan is an origin story of Peter Pan. The movie opens up with a 12-year-old Peter being kidnapped from an orphanage and taken to Neverland to mine and work for Blackbeard to find fairy dust. Levi Miller plays Peter, and as a child actor, it was a very weak performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to feel like act in a film that's not good, and so I feel like that right there just started him off poorly. But I would agree, it wasn't his, I feel like, best potential, but it's hard to follow with a poor film.
Yeah, very good point. Hugh Jackman plays Blackbeard, and throughout the whole movie, I felt like he was just trying to be Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I would agree, that's what I kept thinking. I was like, you seem like you're trying to be Johnny Depp right now. But he was great at acting, but that's what I thought of.
It was a very weirdly written character.
No, all of it was weird. Honestly, like the plot line was weird. The characters were weird. And there's a scene where they actually start singing a Nirvana song. And I mean, I like the song, but why was it there?
Yeah, there was no explanation why pirates were singing Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, it just made no sense. Too many decisions in this movie were just terrible. Made no sense.
I mean, it was visually enticing, but the story plot was just so bad. There's so many times that I try to put together, oh, this happened because of that, or maybe not. Like, as an audience member, I should not have to do that. I should be able to watch it and figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, although there were some great special effects in this movie, there were also some really bad special effects. There were some terrible green screen effects when it was super obvious that they were just jogging in place in front of a green screen. I mean, it just looked really bad. Also, there was times where, the human, the actual actor playing Peter looked like a CGI model.
He kind of looked like the kid from Polar Express.
Exactly.
That's what I thought of.
Yeah, it just looked bad at times. Garrett Hedlund played Hook. This is obviously before he became a villain. He was actually a good guy in this movie. And they really wrote him kind of like a Han Solo character, where at the beginning he's kind of out for himself, the dashing rogue, how it is.
For Tiger Lily. He was trying to rescue Tiger Lily.
Oh yeah, throughout the whole movie, hitting on the princess, you know how that works.
She was pretty cool though. She was a badass.
Yeah, she did have some good fight scenes in the movie, although there were a lot of scenes where the bad guys could have easily just shot her, but they decided they forgot they had guns.
Definitely, I would agree. And I was kind of upset that they only featured Tinkerbell in one scene for 10 seconds.
Yeah, here's Tinkerbell's scene. Hi, I'm Tinkerbell. Oh, hi, Tinkerbell. And that's it. And then she's gone for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I noticed in this movie is, we all know there's mermaids in Neverland. But the problem is they had the same person playing all the mermaids, so all the mermaids looked exactly the same, and I think that's just racist against mermaids,
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. I'm going to have to rate Pan a 2 out of 5 Cougs. It may have been visually enticing, but the plot was just bad.
Yeah, the plot was bad, and not only that, but there was just so many design choices that just made no sense and were just awkward and just not explained well. Mm-hmm. I would not recommend this movie to anyone, so I would have to give it a 1 out of 5 Cougs.
Yeah. Well, join us next time on Wazzu on Film.
Thanks for watching.